Hello, this is Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to see how to install Windows 11 on a virtual machine. So among the virtual machine options that we have, we can mention Hyper-V from Microsoft, VM VirtualBox from Oracle, and also the VMware player that we're going to see today in action. So I will share with you the download link for that application, that virtual machine. So you can simply check the description below for the link. The second element that we need to have for installing the Windows 11, of course, is the media installation file, so the ISO. I will also share this link and also the direct link to Windows 11 in the description, so that would be much easier for you. To download the ISO, what you can do is simply to go here down at download Windows 11 disk image, select Windows 11, then select here your select here your language. Let me check English International, confirm, and then 64-bit, so that will download the file. You need to have those two downloads ready to go ahead. As I previously downloaded them, so I have here my VMware player and the Windows 11 ISO. So let's start by installing the VMware player. It's asking for the admin rights, of course. And then what we are going to see is also how to overcome the TPM or the trusted platform module error that you might face. And please do keep in mind that that will be only for educational, informational purposes, because you are running on a virtual machine. I wouldn't recommend you to bypass that easy, the TPM, because that's a very important service that you have for your own security. So can be linked to Windows Hello or to BitLocker. So if you have a physical machine where you want to install Windows 11 and you had that kind of error, that would be better to ask your manufacturer about a potential solution. So let's go ahead. That's my workstation player setup. Let me click next, accept the license terms, go next. As I have already Hyper-V activated on this, Windows is proposing me also to install Windows Hypervisor platform, the WHP, automatically. I won't tick it. If you don't have Hyper-V, that Windows won't open. Then I will only let add VMware Workstation Console Tools into System Path. Click next. I will untick the updates and the customer experience improvement program for the moment. Click next. I want to have the shortcuts, and then click on install. And that would take about 1 minute or two to install the VMware Workstation player. And then we are going to move on the virtual machine creation and also to the Windows 11 installation. So in this video, we are going to cover them both, just to see how to create a virtual machine in VMware and Workstation Player, and then how to overpass potential issues when installing the Windows 11 on that virtual machine. So now what it's doing is installing my virtual drivers, because if you are not familiar with a virtual machine, what it does, it's simply to virtualize an operating system within your physical operating system. You will see that actually it's a pop-up window that shows up and allow you to install an operating system or to run an operating system as it was a physical one installed on your PC. Here at the end, you have two options. You have the license if you have a workstation license. In my case, because it's for non-commercial use, so I'm not to do anything commercial with it, I'm going to click on finish. And now I have my third shortcut here, which is for VMware Workstation. Let's run it. And it shows like this. So let me start by creating a new virtual machine here. So I'm going here to create new virtual machine. I will not select, let me zoom in a bit. I will not select anything related to ISO for the moment. I say that I will install the operating system later. Click next. Microsoft Windows, that's good. Let me call it Windows 11 64-bit, and then change the location to a different one that I have here among my VMs. Let me take Windows 11. Okay, next. I will assign to this virtual machine 60 gigs. Please be sure that you have enough memory on your PC to allocate also this kind of resources to the virtual machine, and I will take the store virtual disk as a single file. Click next and then finish, and that's it. Now I have, let me delete that previous machine, delete it, perfect. That's my newly created machine, Windows 11 64-bit. And I will start by going here to edit virtual machine settings. And here, what I want to do is first to go with the memory to 4 gigs of RAM. I will keep the 2 processors. If you have multiple core processors, you can assign more of them, more than 2. 60 gigs, and for the CD, DVD, SATA, you can now use ISO image and take your downloaded Windows 11 file. And for the network adapter, you can check or double check if you have NAT, which means actually that your virtual machine is going to share the same IP address as your PC. And that's mostly it. We can click on OK, and now let me zoom out. Let's click on play virtual machine, where we have the play symbol. Click on play virtual machine and then press on Ctrl G and F10. Just be sure that you are starting your operating system. I wasn't fast enough. Let me restart it, because Ctrl G is going to let your mouse within the virtual machine, so you won't be able to play with the menu of VMware, but your mouse and your keyboard will be within that pop-up window. So that was why I pressed on Ctrl G. And to move to the control of your physical machine, then you can press on Ctrl Alt. Let's start by trying to install Windows 11 just to see which kind of error we might face. So let me press here next, install now. I have no product key. Let me check the Windows 11 Pro. Now pay attention with what will happen next. That's the TPM error that I was referring about. You can see here that this PC can't run Windows 11. In some cases, it also happened to the physical machines. So today we are going to see how to bypass it only for informational purposes on a VMware, on a virtual machine. So what we can do is simply to close everything and power off our machine. and do it differently. So let's restart the VMware workstation. Again, let's play again our machine. Ctrl G, F10, Ctrl G, F10. Okay. And now, before clicking the next button, press on, let me get out of the machine, remain in machine, sorry. So you need to remain on the machine because you are not going to change anything at your physical machine level. Press Shift F10, Shift F10, and this command window should open. Shift F10, and then type REGEDIT, regedit, which is the registry editor. Regedit. Press enter and your registry editor will open. And now what we want to see is, of course, we are looking at our local machine. That's clear. Okay, let's expand it. Then we want to see at the system level. It's about the system configuration. Okay, we have the system, and then our challenge is at the setup level. Let's expand the setup without going anywhere else, because we need to have the setup selected, and here to right click and to create a new key that needs to be called lab config. Let me also zoom it a bit. So we have HK local machine, system, setup, and here I just created that lab config that needs to be typed as you can see it. So no spaces, with uppercase C, and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing that you need to do. As soon as you created your lab config, so your configuration like in a laboratory, right click here and add a new D word. And for the D word, you need to type bypass secure boot check, as we can see it here. So no spaces, with exactly the same uppercases, and then click anywhere on the blank and right click to modify the value to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros and a 1, and OK. That's the very first step. Then the next step is to add a new word called bypass TPM, trusted platform module check. Click on the blank, right click, modify 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros and a 1. Click OK, and that's it. So let me zoom out. You can simply close this window. Now close that one too and continue with your installation. So you can click on next, install now. I don't have a product key. Windows 11 Pro. And as you can see, now we didn't got any error. So we got to the terms, to the license terms, and we can continue. So this is how you can continue your installation of your Windows 11 on a virtual machine without getting the TPM error that is blocking your installation. Let's continue and go to a custom install only. Then we have the 60 gigs that we allocated. We need to create a partition. So we are going to click on new, apply. So we're not going to split that space. Okay, choose and ensure that we have the primary partition set and click next. And now we have the installation of Windows 11 happening. So now we need to wait for the installation to finish and see the next steps. The first part of the installation successfully made it. Also the virtual machine restarted just to continue the Windows 11 installation. And as you can see, now it's actually installing the operating system just like a standard physical machine. Now the installation finished, and the first thing that you can notice is the sound scheme that you have for Windows 11. So in the Windows 11 overview, we are going also to discuss about the changes, the sound. So today we are only to see the installation part, and then we will see actually in move the Windows 11 operating system. So let me go ahead and for this to choose US, and then let's wait for the next window. As you can see, it's already a different UI, different user experience for this kind of Windows. So we don't have the same layout that we used to have until Windows 10. So I will take the keyboard. No secondary keyboard. Move to next. It's already checking for updates during the installation. So one of the differences with Windows 11 is that it's quite fast, and I would say also quite friendly with Windows updates compared with the previous versions of Windows. So now it's installing the updates. Now for the following step, we can name our device or not. I will skip it for the moment. You can call your virtual PC as you want to. So I will skip it. Then it's for personal use. Then I will take this option of offline account. Then I will skip the other applications. Then let me add here my name. Next. I won't add the password. Then I will disable those features for the moment. Click accept. Now it's again checking for updates based on the settings where the choices that I just made. So it's customizing my operating system. Now it's going into the final stage of the installation. So you can recognize this view if you install the Windows 10. That is very, very similar at this stage, with the only exception that we have that different layout with blue. So let's wait for Windows 11 to finish installing. And here we are. This is how Windows 11 looks like. As you can see, it's a different experience where we don't have anymore the start menu at the left. We have it here in the middle. It's quite different as usual as user interface, as UI. If you want to go to settings, you can go to settings where it's very easy to access the options. So I would call it quite friendly. So the Windows update, everything is quite similar with Windows 10, but still there are some changes which I would call them improvements. So this is how you install your Windows 11 on a virtual machine. Now let's turn off the system and see you soon. Thank you for watching. Please do like the video, subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.